Cheers!
Welcome to MovieBitches! Summer Camp 2023.
So tonight, the theme is Charles Grodin, I love your work!
Oh my God, Danny DeVito, I love your work!
Next up, Heart and Souls from 1993 with 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, one of the higher scores, one of the higher ones.
Love it.
This movie is the reason I love so many character actors.
Okay, sure.
And this is probably the biggest reason I was fully obsessed with Robert Downey Jr. in the 90s.
Wow, okay, great. Well, you know, it really is a showcase of his talent.
And the rocket's red glare.
A better character, like Soap Dish, I'm sure was also part of the reason that you were obsessed with him.
Soap Dish was also part of the reason, but I definitely watched this younger.
Sure. Right, interesting. I mean, I guess it's more family friendly than Soap Dish.
Some way. Although I definitely still watch Soap Dish quite a bit. Chances Are, Only You, two other really great Robert Downey Jr. rom-coms.
I feel like you've talked about...
You would, like, the fact that you haven't seen Only You, like, I'm so excited for you to, like... I've told you about it, right?
You vaguely, and I feel like it's better that way.
I'm just gonna give you the bullet points, and you're gonna be like, I'm watching it right now. Like,
right.
Let's go watch it immediately, right? Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
Italy. Marissa Tomei. Bonnie Hunt.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Road tripping.
Fate. Makeover?
Maybe?
Okay.
No, she looks pretty great. She's got I mean, they have matching hair. It's really weird, actually. They have like the same haircut.
Huh.
And it's about two people who come from different places, but they hear the same bird singing.
Perhaps the same bird echoed through both of us yesterday, separate in the evening.
That's it. Exactly.
Wow.
But she's really pulling it off, and it's great. Anyway, yes, Heart and Souls, a movie that I haven't heard anybody talk about.
I had never heard about this movie in my entire life.
But it is the reason I think I love Charles Grodin. This was an early one, too. David Paymer.
Yeah.
Tom Sizemore, Kira Sedgwick, Alfre Woodard, and Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, right.
I mean, I do like Elizabeth Shue, but yeah.
She's probably the worst movie.
She's the dud of the She's the dud of the group.
Yeah. And I think part of that is her character, but really, I think it's her. No, I mean, that's so rude.
No, she's, you know.
It just wasn't clicking for this. It just wasn't right. It didn't,
right.
They don't mesh well.
You don't think that we mesh well.
I think I have a fix, and I know why it doesn't work.
Okay, great.
But we'll get there in the end. Oh my gosh, so Heart and Souls.
Yes.
I would say...
Is this based on a play?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, interesting.
It does have 4 screenwriters, which is usually really a bad sign.
Yeah.
But in this case, I don't know. I would say, for me, I love this movie. I would wholeheartedly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's heartwarming. It's weird. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's, like, intricate.
Yeah.
Great performances. So I would say go watch it.
I would agree with that. I don't think you have to rush to watch it, but it's definitely on the list. I would put this in the category of like really sweet, heartwarming movies like Steel Magnolias and Mermaids and stuff where you're like, oh, I'm going to cry, I'm going to laugh, I'm going to be entertained.
Yeah.
It has all of the ups and downs of the roller coasters, and it's about life. It's just like, I feel like those are important for children to see. These movies used to have a point of like telling stories.
Yeah.
And telling like humankind things of like, this is why it's important to be nice, or this is why it's important to focus on these things.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
You know, there's always a moral to it.
This movie feels like a Touched by an Angel episode, but like the best one ever. I was so impressed with the condensing of information in such a short amount of time.
Yes. What happened? What happened
to
visual storytelling?
The first 15 minutes of this movie, we are introduced to 4 main characters and like a 5th, almost side character.
Sure.
And we know every single thing we need to know to be endeared to them, to know what their plight is, to like connect with. You're immediately like, I'm connected. I am connected. I'm connected. I get where you're coming from.
I see who this person is. I know what their struggles are. I know what their aspirations are.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Done.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Jam-packed.
And Robert Downey Jr. doesn't even show up till a half an hour into this movie because we've got some business. Okay, so if you didn't heed our warning and you did not watch the movie, here's a breakdown. It is complicated.
Sure.
So Charles Grodin, Tom Sizemore, Alfre Woodard, and Kira Sedgwick are all living in San Francisco in the 50s.
Yes.
And they each have a little introduction that we get to know them.
Yeah.
Kira Sedgwick is a waitress and she doesn't know if she wants to settle down with this guy, but she loves him, but she's not sure. What am I gonna do? I think I really love him.
Right.
I love him. I'm gonna lose him unless I do something right now.
I'm gonna go chase after him and tell him that I love him.
I'm gonna go chase after
I'm gonna hop on this bus and go tell him.
Hop on this bus and tell him, Charles Grodin, I want to be an opera singer, but I
Right.
have horrifying stage fright and I don't have any confidence in myself. And he does it so beautifully.
Does
Just-
what?
just
like
that,
that
like-
timidness. I mean, you're never gonna be on the stage then, but you know.
That's his plight.
Well, sure.
Sorry. I can't.
It's what he wants, but he can't do it.
You know,
He's too afraid.
it's a tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're immediately like, oh, I get you. I get you, Charles Grodin. I get you. Alfre Woodard has 3 young kids. She has to work nights to get by.
Yeah.
And she's like the best mother ever. And you're
Ever.
immediately like,
Well,
I'm
this
obsessed
like
with
I
her.
mean, she sings this little song to
Oh my God, this song.
Mr. Hugabug, Hugabug, Hugabug Bear.
little teddy bear hugs. What was it?
Mr. Hugabug,
Yeah.
Hugabug, Hugabug.
And this song,
Bear.
she's a beautiful voice.
Beautiful voice.
And she's singing, and I was just like, this is so touching.
Yeah.
If you're feeling blue and a little bit scared, he'll be right beside you.
They like wrote this song for this movie and took the time to like write a cute, personal little, you know,
Thing.
not just, oh, and
It
she
sounds
sang.
real, but it also sounds like it was a thing that she made
She
up.
made
and
up,
it-
you
like,
know.
that's a,
She
yeah.
could have easily sung Heart and Souls. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like, no. That's not what we're doing.
No.
But she has to get on her late shift and go.
Yep.
Tom Sizemore is a small-time crook, and he stole stamps from a kid for, you know, this asshole, and he wants him back because he wants to be a good guy and give the stamps back.
Yeah.
Life's tough, all right? Sometimes you don't get what you want. Mostly, you don't get what you want.
Yeah? Well, you stink, mister! You stink!
Done. They're all on the bus. Blammo. We've got their whole backstories. And there's a young boy getting born the same night.
Yes. She's in labor in the car.
Can you drive any faster?
Honey, it's a Rambler.
Honey, it's a Rambler.
And spoiler alert, you know, I guess
Right.
I had no idea where this was going.
Right, it was kind of fun to watch.
You know, like it's like, oh, you know, you get a sense that it's going to be something, but I didn't know that it was just going to be like, and then they all died on a bus.
Right, horny David Paymer.
Is looking out his window down at the car where she's getting groped? I don't know exactly. Fondled, sure.
Her garters are up and
Yes.
she's
And
getting...
awooga. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. This was kind of crazy. Like the bus skids, it falls off in San Francisco. Falls off one of those high, you know, like it's all the hilly streets.
Yeah.
They definitely are dead.
Blammo, all of the 15 minutes we just spent establishing all of our main characters, they are ghosts. And they are now attached to young Thomas.
Right.
And we don't know why.
Right, and they actually, I guess, did a good job of that. The bus driver, he goes straight up.
Yeah, he woo.
Oh, he's gone. But then the 4 of them all like ghost through the streets of
San Francisco.
And then they kind of go through the car where he's being birthed.
Right.
And it's unclear if that's just why then or however it all happens. But the 4 of them are now inside of this child's brain, essentially. I mean, or whatever.
Right.
You know, only the child. Then we realize,
They're guardian angels.
yes, only the child can see and hear them.
Right.
And they like help raise little
Thomas.
Yeah, little Tommy. And I thought that was sweet and fun.
Really took the time to set everything in place and set everything up.
Yes, and I thought it was nice too to see kind of that idea of like it takes a village.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta let us get away from this little tyke sometime.
Could be worse. At least we're with a good cookie boy like Thomas.
Cookie boy.
You're a cookie boy.
We never see his parents really raise him.
Not really.
None of that is.
There he is, laughing at the wall again.
Yeah, right.
Laughing at the wall again.
What a cookie. What a cookie.
You know, like they don't seem like they're bad parents, but they just are not part of it.
Right.
Because we see that, you know, him being raised by these other people and,
Yeah.
and teaching them fun things and, it, you know, how that expands a kid's brain.
Right. And good and bad things.
Well, sure.
But I mean, I love it. Like, I
Right.
love that, you know, they're not perfect people.
No.
And nobody is. And what would the real consequences be of a kid who has 4 guardian angels that he talks to and they're following him around? They would think he needed psychological help.
Absolutely.
Dr. Beecham is a child psychiatrist. He's just gonna do some tests.
Tests?
Therapy, tests, whatever it is.
She has no idea how to handle a precocious child like Thomas.
Thomas has a very serious problem. He blames everything on these imaginary people.
Oh, it's just so good.
Right, he's
It's
drawing
just so
pictures.
great.
Here's me and my 4 friends.
And my 4 friends, yeah. Well, so this movie was directed by Ron Underwood, who also directed, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Tremors.
Oh.
He also directed City Slickers.
Wait, we knew that.
Yeah. No, he directed City Slickers.
Yes.
Yeah.
We knew that.
Oh, we did?
Because the guy who directed Tremors, when we did our Tremors review,
Well, we
I was
talked
like,
about
oh,
it.
this had some real City Slickers vibes.
That's true.
And then it turned out that he directed City Slickers.
Right. He also directed Mighty Joe Young.
Oh.
Apparently, Ron.
Charlize?
Yeah, Ron Underwood had a really important part of your childhood. You didn't know it.
I didn't watch Mighty Joe Young.
You've brought that up many times.
I mean,
Just
I might have
'cause the
seen it
trailer?
once. Yeah, I think maybe the trailer.
Okay.
And Charlize.
I feel like you brought it up multiple times.
Have I?
Yeah.
It was iconic. But yeah, the trailer, right? The big gorilla, and she's there, and she's like, no, I don't know if I've ever seen it. But I have definitely seen the trailer before something a million times.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. I don't think it's probably very good.
I think it is. I've heard that
is
it's
it?
decent.
Okay,
I
well,
don't know.
you know, Ron Underwood,
Yeah.
classic director of Tremors, Heart and Soul,
City Slickers.
City Slickers,
But you know what? He does have...
and Holiday in Handcuffs.
Wait, which one is that?
Holiday in Handcuffs is Melissa Joan Hart needs to bring a boyfriend home for Christmas.
Oh, right.
So she literally handcuffs
herself
Mario
to-
Lopez
yeah.
to bring him home, and it's like a hostage
Yikes.
situation. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I like his work where it's like they're not anything directorially fantastic in terms of like
No, but they have
cinematography or
They have a look
yes
and a vibe.
Yep.
And there's like
It's fun storytelling that brings you in.
he's really good at tone
Yep.
and quick. Like Tremors, where you're like, 1 minute I'm laughing, 1 minute I'm genuinely touched,
Yes.
and 1 minute I'm scared,
Yeah.
and then it's an adventure,
Exactly.
and it's an action, and
Yeah.
the same thing with City Slickers.
Yes.
And the same thing with this.
Yeah.
Oh, and yes, we didn't talk about how David Paymer is also in Howard the Duck. Just putting it out there.
Who was he in Howard the Duck?
He was the scientist that had like
Oh,
3
right, you
lines
told me
that was
that,
like,
yeah.
Jennings went into the machine and then he came out different.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I would never have noticed.
Is this gonna delay my takeoff?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, right. But so they are like, your child is severely disturbed. He's seeing people and we are concerned. We are calling child services, whatever.
Right, because Milo's making him go to the racetrack. If you
Yeah.
don't take my bet, my dad will give me a horrible beating.
You'll give me an awful beating.
Don't give me an awful beating. So please take my money. Please, okay?
Okay.
Please. It's not funny, but it is.
I mean, you know, the way that it was presented
They
was.
do a great job of balancing real life things
Yes.
with, you know what
Yes,
I mean? Like
yes.
the whole Playboy thing.
Oh, right.
Turn the page, Thomas. Turn the page. Okay, fold that out for me.
You know, like they do a
little
good job.
beanie and they flip the page.
Flip that one out. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's Franco Corelli.
Could we muzzle this Mario Lanza guy?
It's Franco Corelli, for God's sakes. You absorb nothing.
Whatever.
Hold that page a second.
So then they say, okay, we have to say goodbye. We have to disappear.
Right.
Because
We
we're
have to
clearly
let-
causing you
Emotional trauma.
Emotional, like at least you're going to where everyone in society is going to be like, what's wrong with this child?
Yeah.
And then cut to now Robert Downey Jr.
I mean, we do have to talk briefly about young Thomas's crying scene when they all say goodbye, because this wrecked me as a child.
Sure.
You said you're my special friends, and special friends don't go away. Come back, come back. Come back, don't go.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. Young Thomas was great.
that young Thomas was great. Turns out his name is Eric Lloyd, and he is the kid from the Santa Claus movies.
Oh. Like with Tim Allen?
Yeah.
I liked the Santa Claus. I don't know if I liked any of the others.
No, but like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
And he plays young Bruce Wayne in Batman and Robin. Young Thomas, young Bruce Wayne. I feel like if we went back and watched this, I would have like real sense memories.
We just watched it.
No.
Okay.
What I'm about to say.
Okay, great.
He's also the voice of Blanky from The Brave Little Toaster.
Right.
And I feel like I'm going to look up clips and be like, oh my God.
You guys really have an attachment for that kid, don't you?
Yes, he was our master.
I haven't watched The Brave Little Toaster in probably 25 years.
Harrison! Penny! Like, I'm going to have like...
Yes. Yes. Oh.
Julia! Harrison! Penny! Lilo!
Well, yeah, that's really interesting too because there is such like that's part of the emotion of Brave Little Toaster.
Oh my God.
His voice, his emotion, his
Oh my God.
earnestness. Yeah.
So bravo to you, Eric Lloyd.
Yeah. What's he doing these?
I have no idea.
Great.
Hopefully, living well. We have not talked about Kira Sedgwick's tight satin pants.
Tight satin?
Tight satin? No human being should wear tight satin.
They were great. She looked great.
Anyone is going to pull it off, apparently it's Kira Sedgwick in his tight satin pants.
Yeah.
And like ballet slippers.
I said in the viewing party, but I did feel like she really looks like Julia Roberts and who did I say? I forgot.
Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis, that's right.
Very
like
that.
If you, yeah.
Yeah. But so, yes, we transitioned from young Thomas to asshole Robert Downey Jr. modern
I mean,
day.
he wasn't too bad of an asshole, at least.
He's a yuppie, you know.
Yeah, he's a yuppie schmuck.
And he's forgotten them. He's, you know, living his life, and he's disconnected from personal relationships, but he loves to work.
Yeah.
And Kurtwood Smith shows up for a 5-second uncredited cameo.
Sure. Great.
Look, I'm not bankrupt. I'm just behind a little.
A little behind. 6.4 million. $6,429,089.
Oh, because we're introduced to Elizabeth Shue and her pashmina.
Oh my God, her weird pashmina dance.
I always thought this was so weird. I think they must have just on the day been like, you should be doing something.
Sure, you're dancing to Heart and Souls. Heart and Soul.
With the pashmina dance.
It's just the one in the
The
song.
song.
Now, if his last name was like Bobby Hart, H-A-R-T or something, that would have been fun. Anyway, yes, so he meets up with Elizabeth Shue at the conservatory, and we find out that he has commitment issues.
Well, it's high time. He should meet her parents.
Oh, God, parent moment, right?
Come on, Thomas. She's not going to wait around forever. Don't blow it.
Guess who shows up again? David Paymer.
Yeah, that creepy bus comes back.
Oh, wait, but we forgot about Little Miss. Look at my butt. Thomas, everyone, look at my butt.
Much better than Little Miss. Look at my butt. Everybody, Thomas, look at my butt.
So I'm telling you, this is the one.
Not really.
It was good. Yeah, I feel like you've said that, you know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at my butt.
Alfred Woodard, they picked such like great actors in this movie that so grounded this in a reality and
Absolutely.
are so like they cut right to the heart.
This could have been such a worse movie with worse actors.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this would be a garbage, unwatchable mess with worse actors.
Yeah. But we've got like Alfred Woodard just killing every moment she is on camera.
Yeah.
And Charles Grodin, and they all work together so
They work
well.
in
and
such
they
a
play
really
off
great
each other
chemistry.
So well.
Yeah. I would be shocked if this wasn't a play or based on a play.
Maybe.
But anyway.
It's very our town.
Very.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes, all
You
of
know, you
the
can't
Steel
take it with
Magnolias,
you.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's just all of that kind
Yeah.
of vibe.
Yeah.
And I miss those kinds of movies.
Emotional.
You're there, and it's emotional, and
But
it's about
not,
life, and it has something
it's not
to say.
tragic.
No.
It's just life.
Yeah.
They don't really make those movies anymore.
No, everything has to be happy. There can't be
Or
horribly horrific.
Bleak,
Yeah.
tragic,
Yeah.
awful,
Yeah.
like, oh my
And
God.
then everything was terrible. And it's like, well, couldn't it be really fun and nice, but also bad things happen?
Yeah.
Isn't that what life is? You
Right,
know,
right,
like
right.
the ups and downs.
It gives you the confidence.
Ups and downs.
Ups and downs.
What a divine name you've given this place. Ups and downs.
It gives you the confidence to like be like, oh, something bad happened, but I can overcome it.
Yeah.
Now, whoop, da whoop, da whoop, ba whoop, ba whoop.
walk like a man. What are they? I forget what they were. Whoop. That's what it was. Yeah. Anyway, it's cute.
Yeah.
The car one was much worse than the...
Sure.
Walk like a man, my son.
But it got him to remember, right, so now he sees them again, because they find out, when the bus comes, they find out that they were supposed to have been told that they have one more chance while they're still around and connected to Thomas, that they have one chance to complete the thing that they most wanted in life.
Put right what once went wrong.
Exactly.
This is very Quantum Leap and The Good Place.
It is time. Ooh.
It's time. Ooh.
All this stuff with David Paymer and like the bureaucracy and red tape of heaven.
Yes,
was really sending me. It was making me laugh, and it was giving like, Good Place vibes.
Well, you see, what you're supposed to have done is to take care of the one thing that would have made your lives complete.
I knew there was a reason for all of this.
Yeah, sure. It's all part of the grand scheme of things. Which is worth diddly if someone doesn't get his halo down here and tell you what's going on.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Greg Daniels watched this. That's all I'm just putting it out
Sure.
there. Like, it has the bureaucracy of heaven.
Right, and
like defending your life.
A
too,
little,
you know,
exactly.
that kind of
It's all of that kind of, the our-townness or whatever of like, what is a life? And here we are, looking down on the town where everything moves, but nothing does, and everything's, yes, that.
Grover's Corners is a great place to grow up.
She cries if you call her mother.
Poor Mrs. Coleman, she cries if you call her mother. She's that vulnerable. This breaks my heart. They don't make women like that anymore.
How are ya? I don't know how he did that. That always made me laugh.
How are ya?
How are ya?
But yes, they have to try and get Thomas's attention so they can, complete their their final.
Right, because it turns out there's a ticking clock.
There's a ticking clock. Their souls are needed.
Yeah, it took 30 years, but sure.
The bureaucracy and red tape of heaven.
I guess.
All right. I'm a little late. I should have picked you up about 15 or 20 years ago, but up there, time's a little relative.
Then the movie shifts and becomes this wacky... Have you seen All of Me?
No.
That Steve Martin, Lily Tomlin movie where she's a ghost and they're like sharing a body and there's a lot of like physicality to it. And
interesting. Okay.
They're fighting over, no, I'm in charge. Oh, I'm in charge. It's like very that.
You're dead meat, buddy. It's not me. It's Edwina Cutwater. Her soul's inside me. Oh, that's right. Blame it all on me. Well, it is your fault. I had this case won. No, I had it won, but it would have been wrong.
So they're told they can enter Thomas's body if he won't cooperate. I mean, this is sick. Like if God, if this is God's plan, so fucked up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like so fucked up. We're gonna give these people to this baby. Presumably, they're either gonna wait till he's how old to start then.
Right.
You know what I mean? Weird stuff.
I guess it's normally supposed to just be one person.
Maybe.
Per person.
Still weird.
Still weird. And you're like their guardian angel, I guess, then, and you're not really supposed to talk to them until, like, then you need to... I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, it is surreal and bizarre.
And campy. So, yes, they can enter his body, and so...
And this is where we see Robert Downey Jr.
really shine.
Yeah.
Look, this is all very illuminating, all this business mumbo jumbo, but basically, who gives a shit?
Yes.
He's got... I mean,
physicality.
He had just come off of Chaplin. He played Charlie Chaplin in the Chaplin biopic. So he had just come off of that.
Okay,
like when he's like on the drain pipe and doing all of that stuff.
Okay, fun.
Hey, what I tell you, I'm a professional.
And Kira Sedgwick, gets into his body and is our creditors. The way that he said it always really got me.
His voice, and then...
His mannerisms all change.
This feels so nice. Oh.
The worse it is for us and our creditors.
Oh.
But enough about them.
It's great.
And every one of them has a different physicality.
And there's a lot of horniness in this movie, which is weird. But like...
Well, Tom Sizemore mainly.
Mainly. But it was interesting to me that she's like only 11 men and only one woman.
11 men and only one woman? I think we can do a little better than that. don't shoot you.
And they all get to have so much fun because they have fully realized characters. He then gets to embody their fully realized characters.
Yes, and you can tell, like, even if you didn't see them going into his body, you could tell the different characters immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, say, can you see?
It's good. It really...
It's a great showcase.
Yes, it makes it so fun. And that was something that I guess, like, you get every now and then of, like, special things. Like, Robin Williams would do physicality and those would make movies so quotable to me, of, like, the way that people said things
was so specific.
Yes.
And, like, creditors. Like, the way, like, that's in there. That's
Our
in
business
there.
My business is secrets.
Secrets. Like, it's not a weird word. They're saying it in a weird... And maybe we do that because we say stuff weird all the time.
Maybe, but, like...
I don't know. I mean, it's just like how I say stuff. I don't say it weird.
Sure. But I feel like it was easier to latch on to stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now, every now and then, there's still...
And sound design.
Yes. You can hear it.
I can hear what they're saying. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I'm always just like, am I just getting old and that I can't? But it's like, no,
I'll
because I
watch
can
old
hear
stuff.
this and I've never seen it before and I can hear it. So it's not like it's me. It's not me.
No, I genuinely don't know what's happened.
Right?
Because supposedly sound has improved.
Right.
And speakers are so much better. And all this equipment. And I'm like, I can't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, everything is mixed too low and uniform.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that happened with like TV.
Or digital.
Or format, right. Like the way that it's formatted or something and we have to have...
Because I feel like this is the case with musicals.
Yes.
With Broadway sometimes.
Oh, God. La La Land.
Of course.
Of course.
Like in music. I
or
feel
concerts. I've been to some concerts recently where it was like, I can't hear them. All I hear is the instrument, the band. And it's like, I'm here to hear them sing.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to another one, like literally in one case, the next night.
Yeah.
Where you would think my hearing would be worse.
Yeah, no.
And no, it's like, oh, this is great. I can hear them. They sound great. I'm dancing. I'm bopping. This is the vibe is so different.
I think I've told you this story. We went to go see the Pixies.
Okay.
And they were opening for Weezer. But we went to go see the Pixies.
Love it.
And they were fucking great. And the sound was amazing. And I heard every word. And it was so fucking good. And then Weezer came on. And it was a wall of sound. And they played 2 songs and we left because of traffic. We said, you know what? Let's go. I think I'm going to just pass on this one. But there was the same venue.
Right.
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. It's
the
same venue.
Yeah.
So,
Mixers.
I don't know. We have to move on.
We do. So, quick commercial break and then we will be back.
But there's an impromptu musical number.
Just look who's laughing now.
I'm gonna walk like a man.
Love it.
Yeah.
Fucking love
This
it.
like Abbey Road. Yeah.
This is definitely where I think my love of the 4 seasons began, I want to say.
That tracks. Sure.
So,
love that.
Started from here.
I mean, I don't know. There's something about the 4 seasons to me that's just so easily, like, how do you not like it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's such catchy, like, upbeat, I mean, mostly, whatever, tunes that it's just like, yeah, of course, that's fun.
They're real earworms.
Yes, they really are.
Yeah. But then we have more music to talk about because B.B. King is in
my
this
God.
film.
Crazy.
So, because we accomplish Tom Sizemore's
Yes, they
dream
steal the stamps back.
From Marco, who is doing like a full George Raft impersonation. And I only realized it on this viewing, and you don't know who I'm talking about. But like, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, is George Raft here?
Dinner was great, Milo. You lousy double-crossing son of a bitch.
Where did you pick up that cheap trick? Come on, boys.
Great.
He's like an old actor who would always play gangsters.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
oh, yeah, there you go.
I see what you're doing.
Yes.
I see what you're doing there. I see it. But yeah, they steal the stamps back and give them back to the kid
And
who's now an adult.
He's an adult, and it's like, this is going to change their whole
Pat.
family.
I don't know. It was weird.
He looks like who?
It's Pat. Remember from SNL? It's Pat.
Sorry. Great. Love it. Oh my God. Spot on.
So Milo has to leave?
Yeah.
Hey, Buckaroo. You know, you really came through for me back there. That meant a lot to me.
Hey, Milo.
What? Hey.
It was, conveniently timed of like, oh, you completed your thing and now it's time.
Well, it's also a really great, you know where it's going at a certain point.
Yeah.
Okay, they all are going to have to do their thing, and
but the
in
journey
what order?
of doing it is really still fun.
So fun. It doesn't just feel like, check that off the list,
Right.
check that off
Right.
the list. It doesn't feel like going through the motions.
No, and it's a different way of approaching each one,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like one, they fell into it, and one they tried to find but then couldn't, and then this one, it's different enough that you don't get like, oh, okay,
And it makes
thing.
sense, enough of it is, there's enough like fate and the gods involved that you're like, it's all supposed to kind of come together.
Right. But it's not like I've actually seen the movie, but from what I've heard, it's not like It 2.
Don't you feel like you've seen it?
Yeah, honestly, yes.
Fuck. That was a checklist of a movie.
Oh, right.
It was genuinely. Oh boy. Wow.
So anyway.
So Milo has to go, and then we have to get Harrison to sing. He has to sing.
Right, and he's like, no, I don't know, let's do one of theirs first. Let's go to Vacaville. Let's go find your kids.
Yeah.
And so they're starting to drive, and then the traffic is just crazy.
Just
What
crazy.
the hell? Where is everyone going?
Because also Robert Downey Jr. has already told Elizabeth Shue that he cannot meet her parents tonight because he has a lot of work to do.
A lot of work. These 4 crazy people from out of town are, silly. I mean, what are you going to say? Well, honey, you see, there are then these 4 ghosts living in my head, and they disappeared for a while, but now they're back, and they all have to complete their life's mission before the weekend.
I
Otherwise,
will say, honestly, I think if he had told her, I would have been more endeared to their relationship.
Absolutely.
So Elizabeth Shue is the long-suffering girlfriend.
Yes.
And, why won't you commit to me? Oh, I'm easygoing, but I'm not.
Right.
And
relationships have natural courses, and people do things like give keys. Oh, so you want my keys? No.
Like, she's not quite quirky or weird or funny enough.
My keys.
Yes, I don't even have the keys to your apartment.
Okay, you want my keys.
No. No, it's a symbol. A symbol of a relationship that is going somewhere.
She's the only one that I have no idea who she is.
But, imagine that speech given by
Meg Ryan.
Joan Cusack.
Oh, sure.
Or Meg Ryan. But, you know what I mean? Where there's like a timing and there's more going on.
Yes, I think she was still underwritten as a character.
100%.
Like, everyone else, even in a short time, like we said, got at least enough of a character building that you knew who they were.
Yeah.
Whereas with her, never knew.
Yeah.
I had this conservatory for work. What do you do?
I think she's like an events plan. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Right.
But I think what would have worked better. So by the end, we'll spoil the end if I get to that yet.
Yeah.
I'll fix their relationship later.
Sure.
So, oh my God, there's traffic. What? There's a B.B. King concert?
Right.
Oh my God.
Let's just get in. And then, this physicality.
It's so good.
Don't you give me attitude. I'm a mother.
So, you want me to get loud? I will get loud.
Sir, just calm down. Calm down. I am calm. You want me to get loud? I will get loud. I will get loud.
I'm a doctor. Smacks his ass. It was just all so much, but I loved it because you would this is not Robert Downey Jr. This is this woman inside of him. Yeah. It was really well done.
I come down here as a favor to Mr. King. You see, his hands are insured for $1 million. Now, the insurance company not going to let him walk out on that stage until they had him checked out by me. Meanwhile, I got a medical emergency downtown, but I can't get my damn car out.
Yes, so they sneak backstage.
Alfred Woodard gets them past the security guard.
I'm not going anywhere. You bring him to me. I'm a die.
And they're in the wings of the stage, and what am I gonna do? I could just go out there and sing.
And I love Robert Downey, little Thomas.
Yeah.
Has this very smart plan. Ladies and gentlemen, rise for the national anthem, and he gives a good performance.
Great performance, and this,
it was weird.
It was strange. Well, it was strange.
At the twilight's last gleaming.
So yes, Harrison's gonna go into him and sing, but he can't.
Right.
Oh my God.
I'm too scared.
And this really emotional moment of...
No offense, Harrison, but you died a failure because you never tried.
Okay, let's fucking do this.
Let's do it.
And then he becomes Tim Curry.
Yes.
The rockets,
red glare. Over the ramparts we watch.
The bombs bursting in air.
It was like a lot. It was a lot, but it was fun.
Through the perilous fight.
It's so much, and then we cut to, of course, Elizabeth Shue in the wings with her parents. Gets the like binoculars.
Yeah. Little opera glasses. That would have been fun.
I think they could have had a fun moment too with the parents being like, "Wow, who's that guy? Great," because they never met him.
Right, they never met him. Wow, he's a really good singer. Just one little line would have been really nice. I agree.
And we get a little mini concert from B.B. King.
Yeah.
Playing as backup.
He backs up for the
triumphant.
Which, I mean,
moment.
honestly, what a way to go, right? I mean, not go, but
What a way to go!
Sure.
Cave proof through the night.
It was like, at least that's a pretty big bucket list check off of like, I finally sang in front of a large audience and got accompanied and high five, thumbs up, whatever, by B.B. King.
Love it.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going on tour, you know.
I'm going on tour, you know.
Trailers down.
So yeah, check that one off.
Check that one off.
And then
Alfre Woodard's looking for her kids. Adoption records are sealed. You have to get a court order. How long does that take?
Court order. How long does that take?
Too long. Plus a month.
And so they're trying to figure it out. How are they going to get there? And you know, we keep running into this. Did you clock this? They keep running into this police officer.
Yes,
who keeps on, you know,
I
giving
didn't
him a
put it
pass.
together quite
Until like right before.
I was like, oh, and then he's gonna be the son. Turns out
I've only myself to blame. I let him back out on the street.
What is the matter with him?
I have only myself to blame. I put him back out on the street.
Wait a second, right? Because the daughter's there in the car,
Yeah.
and he starts singing,
Mr. Hug-a-Bug, Hug-a-Bug, Hug-a-Bug Bear.
yeah.
When you try and find him, well, he won't be there.
And it's like, wait a second. I mean, of course.
Oh my God, of course.
That's sweet. It was
Alfre Woodard giving just a.
Oh.
I mean, every moment.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like. Oh.
Real tearjerker.
Real tear.
Really? This is mine. This is
Teal jerker. Real tearjerker. Rear teal jerker.
Thomas, I have to do this.
No.
I never left you.
Sorry, it's emotional times. What can I say?
It's emotional time for us all.
Look at me. I'm not even alive and I'm perspiring.
Look at me. I'm not even alive and I'm perspiring.
Charles Grodin has a really, like I said, I think these two movies are such extremes of each other and extremes of his performances.
Right. I forgot for a second that this was Charles Grodin.
I love your work.
I am into this concept, and I feel like we need to expand it.
Yeah.
Not that I disagree with your choice. I do like Charles Grodin, but I do feel like the concept as a whole, like Sally Field, I love your work. We could do like a month.
But that's obvious. I feel like picking.
Okay, fine. A little of both.
A little of both, but yeah, picking like sort of undiscovered or lesser known, you know, like Richard E. Grant, I love your work. You know,
Sure.
weird. I don't know. I
Right,
feel like
Sally Field maybe a little too.
we've already done most of her.
Well, that's
to be
probably
honest,
true, right.
but no, I do like that. I think that could be a fun thing that we do, exploring an actor's.
Martin Short would work.
Martin Short, I love your work. Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few. David Paymer, I love your work. Although we've already done Howard the Duck and Heart and Soul, so what's left?
We could do the director.
Ron Underwood, I
Yeah,
love your work. Yeah.
I guess we also have done a lot of that at this point.
But we should review City Slickers at some point.
mean, yeah.
But yeah, so Penny, turns out the cop that keeps showing up is Billy. Billy, oh my God, Billy. The way she said it, really.
They put him in a foster home.
Oh,
And then they kept moving him around.
Thomas, what are we gonna do about Billy?
So then, of course, Penny can ride off on the bus before she gives her last bit of advice.
Well, right, of course.
And call your mother once in a while.
Yeah.
Don't work too hard.
Okay.
And it's okay to be a good guy. Pay more attention to what you're eating. And call your mother once in a while. I love you guys.
I mean, she was, I probably liked, hers was the most tragic of all of them, right? Where she has these 3 kids that are relying on her. They really set up such a lovely moment between all of them. And then for her to just get like ripped away from them. And of course, then she's just like, my kids.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, I don't know. There was more stakes than just like, oh, I didn't get to sing.
But I do think that it's important to show
Yes.
that not everything's
About family.
family or a huge thing. It can be a very little
yes.
thing.
The postage stamps.
Like when Tom Sizemore, he's trying to convince Thomas to help him, and he says, it's important to me. This is important to me.
Right.
No, this happened 33 years ago. Does it even matter now?
Thomas, I gotta set it right. Okay? You don't get it? It matters to me.
And I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to have died the bad guy forever.
And that really was like, oh, wow, yeah, like, whoa. So I think if they had everyone have...
No, I agree.
So it totally works.
Yeah.
It's like, oh...
It's the balance. That's what makes them as a team, the four of them, too.
Great.
Like, it really is fun having all of those different aspects.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
But anyway, right. So, last...
Kira Sedgwick, oh my God, I have to go tell... Johnny? I don't remember what his name was. It wasn't Johnny, but anyway.
It was something like that.
I have to go tell him that, you know, I was going to...
I loved him and I wanted to go with him.
And we're going to go to the farm finally, and Julia's going to, you know, at least get to say that I wanted to try with you or whatever. And all of this...
Do we think that he ever found out that she died?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it was implied, because it wasn't like, oh, his kids inherited, or his wife, or
I
whatever.
guess.
Like, if it had been his widow,
right,
different story.
Sure, right, no, you're true.
I think it was, like,
sad. Like, well, if he died 7 years ago, it's like, ooh, things had gotten really rough for, you know, I guess. Yeah, okay, maybe.
But anyway.
Yeah. Well, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, Julia's love has died, and she can't, you know, she can't cross over because she has unfinished business.
Right. Very Casper.
Very Casper. And that is sort of a theme, like dark.
Yeah.
I think too, like finding a way to explore death in kids' movies that's not pandering, but also not horrifying.
Right.
Is a good thing
Absolutely.
to explore. You know?
I saw something on Twitter recently about like, you know, they were like, oh God, the most heartbreaking, you know, 10 minutes or whatever, first 5 minutes. And it was Finding Nemo, you know, where it's like.
I thought you were going to say Up.
Well, I mean, honestly though, same thing, right? And that's most Disney movies were successful because they set up stakes. You know, Bambi's mom, everyone knows how heartbreaking that is.
Yeah.
You're just like, but no. You know, and I feel like you just need those feelings in order to have the other feelings
to process
work.
it. Yeah.
You need all of it.
Yeah, the whole thing.
All four.
All four, and I feel like this movie really rides that line. It's funny, it's sad, it's you know, adventurous,
it's skeezy,
scary,
it's charming, it's all of the things.
Like it's everything.
Yeah.
It's not the wrong guy, you idiot! How can it be the wrong guy?
I don't know. Thomas. It's you.
Julia realizes that her purpose is really for Thomas, and that she needs to tell him, don't make the same mistake that I made, and go after Anne. That's right, her name was Anne.
Yeah. Why what?
Just that reminds me of Arrested Development, Anne.
Oh,
like
the boring.
girlfriend that he kept forgetting.
Hey, can I bring Anne?
Who?
Anne.
I haven't met Anne.
Yes, you have.
Michael had met Anne.
So yeah, you have to tell her, and you have to commit, and you have to stop hiding who you are, and you're so afraid to show your real self that you're never gonna get to know, and you know, no one's ever gonna get to know how great you are because I know the real you or whatever.
You know how painful it's been to know who you really are and watch you keep it hidden from people. Promise me you're gonna live the life that I didn't get to live.
And at this moment, you're like, are they going to kiss?
A little bit. I was like, there's more chemistry here than with Elizabeth Shue.
Well, I think the problem is fundamentally with the script. Elizabeth Shue has fallen in love with yuppie asshole Thomas.
Right. True.
She doesn't know heart and soul's silly Thomas who has imaginary friends.
Well, right. Certainly that. But
all of these huge experiences that he has hidden away from her. So either if he had included her in this and she was on board.
Sure.
Or they had found a way for him to act like more himself with her and hide away at work, or something like he opened up to her more than he had to other people, or something like that. I think it would have been better.
I agree. I think they tried to do that.
Yeah.
Where they had conversation. You know, she's like, oh, Barbados or whatever.
Around.
Well, certainly that.
Anytime things get remotely serious, you start, I don't know, wiggling around.
I mean, that was cute and silly of him, but also, like, she was like, oh, remember Barbados? Like, we met and we were so open and, like, things really clicked and we had fun, and then things kind of got into our routine.
We also don't know how long they've been together, so I feel like that's kind of a wishy-washy.
It just needed ever so much more before the meet the parents of it all. Like, I needed one more date or something where he's charming and he's not working and he's present and I don't know. It was weird.
He needed his Mr. Hugabug something. You know, where he had a moment with her and we understood their relationship a little more.
Exactly. But that things work kept coming in the way, or now this thing kept coming in the way.
Right.
He's distracted. He's torn in a different direction, and she feels like he's not committing to her or afraid of committing and letting things move.
And I think, too, obviously, no real shade to Elizabeth Shue, but, like, if it had been, you know, Joan Cusack, Meg Ryan, somebody who's just
a little bit more charming
or has the comic chops, or she's also not included in any of the plot.
No.
She's sort of there, you know, so that doesn't
And she's
help.
mostly, all of her dialogue is mostly scolding.
Right.
It's mostly, yes, I'm mad.
You know, it's like you're leading a double life. Banker, lunatic performance artist.
Damn it! Anne, are you gonna let me explain?
Yes! Explain! I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm angry. No, you should not be. Like, it's just
So you're
storming off all the time.
You're not exactly rooting for them.
No.
But I don't know. I don't think that the end works that, like, Julia gets a second chance and they're going to live together because, like, she's also, like, his surrogate mom. So that's weird.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
Maybe we get rid of the Elizabeth Shue character.
Yeah.
Or he's a girlfriend that's whoever, and you're like, she'll be dumped by the end of the movie.
Sure.
Whatever. Is it
Ashley
that...
Bartlett Bacon, where you're just like, please get rid of her.
You're new.
Yes, ma'am. What apartment?
I'm going to Peter Callahan's apartment.
And your name, please.
Ashley Bartlett Bacon.
Maybe she's not awful, but, like, whatever.
Well, whatever.
She's there.
But you're like, she likes the yuppie guy, you know, and she's like,
Right.
They're kind of awful. Maybe they're made for each other, but he's a different guy, so, like, he needs to go back to his roots.
But what if
Yes.
Julia's guy, his granddaughter, or daughter, or whatever.
Sure, daughter.
However the age would work. Daughter.
Yeah.
Now owns the farm. And they've been introduced at the end of the movie.
Okay.
And it's like fated, oh, they were supposed to meet and she never would have met him if she didn't know Julia. Maybe that's how it works?
Yeah.
Maybe that works. And he's like...
I have this letter, and she reads it, and there's like a connection of vibes and love and whatever.
And now that he's sort of like overcome this commitment issue or this like closed offness from real childhood trauma when his ghost friends ghosted him.
Yes.
I love you. Come back.
And now she gets to see this effervescent, funny, you know, guy
talented
that
singer.
we see around all the ghosts. The person he is around all the ghosts, he could be with her. Maybe that's how we fix it.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
But it's a minor note because I really love this movie.
No, it's really sweet and touching, but I agree. It just kind of felt, and that's like a nicer...
Didn't quite stick the landing.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Because I, too, was just like, so she just gets fucked? Like, she's screwed with her...
No, she's at peace with giving Thomas
I know
his,
she is,
his
but
moment.
that's stupid.
She's a selfless ghost.
Sure.
I wish I could just give a big hug.
I guess I would have liked maybe then too, like, you know, so at the very end they have little stars that show up in the sky. Maybe a fifth one for, like, she joins, it's like right next to each other, and she joins the lover who killed himself or who died 7 years ago.
Be hard to
convey that
in
I know.
a visual way.
I know.
But maybe the guy or the granddaughter, whoever, has a letter from... She gets some kind of closure from him because he had a happy life. He moved on, and even though it wasn't with her, I met Rachel McAdams, and we got to live out our lives.
I mean, and you could do, like, if in fact he did find out, like, oh my God, there was a horrible bus accident, she died.
Yeah.
We told him, and then maybe he talks to because the bartender friend who was fun.
Don't worry, honey. Man drives all the way in from Vacaville just to see you. He's hooked. You can reel him in anytime you want.
But she could be like, oh, well, she said she loved you. She left her apron here and she ran off. and then tragically died. But then at least he has that closure of like, well, she was running to me. Still sad.
Right.
But at least then he knows that she loved him. I don't know.
You can't have it perfect.
No.
That's the tragedy of life.
There you go. Sure.
So anyway, maybe we should continue on with Ron Underwood and finish with City Slickers. Wait. We didn't talk about the composer.
Okay, yes.
Because this soundtrack is embedded in my psyche. It is part of my being.
Great.
But the composer also composed. Marc Shaiman did City Slickers, Addams Family, Sister Act, Sleepless in Seattle, Addams Family 2, City Slickers 2, First Wives Club, Mother, the Albert Brooks movie that only you and I talk about for whatever reason and no one else has ever brought up in my entire life. Mother.
The Protective Ice?
The Protective Ice?
Mother, the ice cream is colorless.
Look under the protective ice.
The protective ice?
George of the Jungle.
Oh my God.
In and Out. Patch Adams. Jackie's Back. Down with Love. He did Smash, like the TV show.
Yeah.
Hairspray the musical. He wrote some stuff for it.
Okay.
And he did, now this is not gonna matter to anyone but you and I. He did songs for Marci X. That Richard Benjamin movie I keep telling you to watch with Lisa Kudrow.
That's crazy.
'Cause we're both something special. Not straight. We'll watch reruns of Will and Grace. Let's fornicate. Hold on.
And he wrote music for the Martin Short TV show. So I don't even know what's happening.
Fuck Ron Burgundy or whoever it was that directed.
Underwood.
Ron Underwood. No, I want, what's his name?
Marc Shaiman.
Marc Shaiman. I love your work.
Love your work. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Like he's the soundtrack to your life.
My life. My child. Like that is crazy. And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Is that I really distinctly remembered like at a point in this movie, I was like the music, because we talked about the music, and I was like, it almost gives me Sleepless in Seattle vibes. I swear to God, I should have said it out loud because it would have been crazy, but I really did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it was really giving Addams Family that sort of spooky,
Yeah.
ooky
Ooh,
vibe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good work.
The connections we are finding.
I love that.
Unearthing these.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a regular Alan Silvestri.
I mean, almost.
Almost.
Pretty much. Wow.
Mhm.
Love it. Those were
Yeah.
some good movies.
I mean, I was like, no, surely. What? Oh my God. What's happening? That's crazy.
Also, like, uniquely important. Like, if French Kiss had been on there and, like, you know, like, then it would have really been just, like, the Venn diagram of, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Crazy.
So anyway,
Well, we spoiled it, but it's still worth a watch.
because the feels.
Yes.
And it's really funny.
It's funny.
And Robert Downey Jr. is so fucking charismatic.
Yes, he is.
Just really, if you love him, I feel like you'll love this movie. It's really hard not to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Anyway.
Well, cheers.
So cheers to Charles Grodin and everyone else I was obsessed with as a child.
Oh my God, Danny DeVito, I love your work.